What does it mean that the Jews are supposed to be a light unto the nations? What does it mean when God said, "Let there be light"? It can't be sunlight. He said that on day 1. Sunlight was only created on day 4. The light referred to here is not physical light. It's like how we call the years 476 AD to 1000 AD the Dark Ages. Dark means things are going in the wrong direction. It means lots of confusion and ignorance. It means the world is unstable. It means people aren't growing. Light brings clarity, as in a light bulb just went off in my head. It means people are optimistic. It means there is harmony. It means people are growing. It means there is happiness and love everywhere. The Jews are supposed to bring the world into the light ages, the era of the Messiah, in which all hate is replaced with love, and all confusion is replaced with clarity, all depression is replaced with ecstasy, and all war is replaced with harmony and cooperation. This process has begun, and the main hero of this effort is this man, the Lubavitcher Rebbe. The Lubavitcher Rebbe is one of the most remarkable men who ever lived, and you may not have heard of him. He's largely responsible for the fact that food stamps and WIC exist today. He has his own day on the calendar, Education Day, and he was a miracle worker. He would tell someone to extend their trip by a day, and that would prevent them from dying in a plane crash. He would heal people of cancer by just having them check the mezuzah scroll on their doorpost. New miracle stories pour out every single week. He answered thousands of letters per day and produced hundreds of volumes of books whose wisdom totally baffles every Orthodox rabbi who studies them. He passed away in 1994, but his movement of thousands of rabbis all over the world is growing faster than ever. But he is most relevant to us right now because he articulated the concept of the essence more than anyone else. And the essence is the light that we've just mentioned above. What is the essence? It is the core of all creation. It is existence itself. It's what will bring the world together, bring the Messianic era, and reveal God like he has never been revealed in history. It will make the world into a paradise the way it was before the sin. The essence makes everything, quote, light. One day, everyone will be talking about the essence because it is the deepest, most fascinating, and illuminating concept in the world. It's a philosophy, but it's also a way of life. It solves every problem. The essence is not God, but it is a light from God. His deepest light, what he wants for this world. And when we tap into this light, we tap directly into God, the source of the light. You can think of the essence as a movie, and God as the director that everyone wants to get close to. You will know the director best, however, when you understand his movies. To understand the essence requires the understanding of several analogies. We will go over them now. The first analogy is oil. You get oil when you apply pressure to an olive, only when pressure is applied. Once you've gotten the oil, then you can cook and light up your home. So the power of light only comes about through pressure. Let's see how this fact plays out in the real world. Michael Jordan captured this concept like no other with his clutch, under pressure, winning moments that leave most people calling him the GOAT, the greatest of all time. Here's what happened one day when the Bulls were playing the Cleveland Cavaliers in his last game as a Bull. The game was just about over and the two teams were neck and neck. With only 6 seconds remaining in the game, Cavalier Craig Ehlo does some incredible ball handling to score 2 points, putting Cleveland ahead by 1. Now the Bulls only have 3 seconds, that's pressure number 1, to work with to win the game. Jordan was not an impressive shooter in the first half of the game, that's pressure number 2. He's going to face an opposing defense that's doing everything in their power to stop him from getting the ball and getting a shot off, that's pressure number 3. The Cleveland home crowd is shouting defense, defense, as loud as they can, try to distract and demoralize Jordan, that's pressure number 4. 1 second goes by as they inbound the ball to Jordan. Another second goes by as he dribbles. At the very last second, pressure number 5, he fades left, making it hard to shoot straight, that's pressure number 6. Yet, he shoots perfectly straight, and the ball leaves his hands as the buzzer rings out goes in, winning the game and silencing the crowd. This was his last shot of this part of his career. A post-game interview reveals that he wasn't feeling well that day. That's pressure number 8. It also reveals that he'd been doing a lot of trash talking to the other team. That's pressure number 9. Trash talking puts extra pressure on the trash talker to deliver what you threaten to do or face shame. And what happens when he sinks that shot? All across Chicago and all across the world, people are lit up. The light. People are happy. But not just happy, they are ecstatic. The pressure was put on Jordan, the olive in this case, and ecstasy came out. This is called a revelation of the essence. Just imagine we had the ecstasy of a Jordan winning shot all the time. Now you're getting the picture of what the Messianic era is all about. Jordan was enduring 9 kinds of serious pressure. If it hadn't been for all that pressure building up, there wouldn't be this great light. Is the pressure uncomfortable? Yes, but is it worth it? Well, the game goes down in history as one of the greatest finishes to a game ever. So yes, think about the pressures in your life. Think about what skills and talents they are bringing to the surface, and then maybe you'll begin to understand why your life is so hard. The essence is infinite. Just like you do anything for your son, if you have the essence, you would do anything for anyone. Not just one thing, because the essence is always complete. If there is one kindness missing from the essence, it is not the essence of kindness. Here's one way this might play out in the real world. Brent is homeless. His right shoe has a large tear in it, so it sort of flops. He's not sure if it's worth wearing them anymore, or just walking around barefoot. He decides it's best if he walks barefoot. He panhandles enough money to get to New York and back to New Jersey to see his psychiatrist. People look at him strangely for being barefoot, and he's embarrassed. He wonders, is a person even allowed to be on the train without shoes? Luckily, the conductor doesn't say anything. He pushes on. His problem is that when he gets off, he realizes he's half an hour from where he sleeps, and the ground is hot. After about a block, a car pulls up next to him. The owner says, "Hey, I've got some slippers. Would you like them?" Brent says, "Man, you're a savior. Thank you so much. Listen, since you're going in this direction anyway, maybe you could give me a ride for a few minutes. My feet feel like they're on fire." The guy says, "Sorry, I give out slippers, but I don't give out rides." And he drives off. That stings. Brent walks on. A second guy pulls up next to him and says, "Hey, it's hotter than hell out here. Do you need a ride?" Brent says, "Yes." The driver asks him where he lives, and Brent gives him the closest street. The driver takes him all the way there, and he lets him out and stops and waits to see where he's gonna go. He yells out, "You don't really live here, do you?" Brent says, "I live under that tree." "Oh, okay. You're probably hungry. Would you like a meal?" He says, "That would be unbelievable. You're an angel." He takes him to his house and seats him at the dinner table. He explains to his wife that this man is hungry and needs to eat. They eat. He drives him back to his location and looks up a shelter on his iPhone and gives them a call. They're going to pick him up in a few minutes. Which person is kind? And by this I mean which person has the essence of kindness? Only the second one. The first one cares about the slippers. The second one cares about Brent. The essence of kindness is not shoes, or a ride, or a meal, or a phone call, or anything. It can't be missing even one thing, because the essence has no form. And because it has no form, it can take on any form. Similarly, clay has no particular shape, and that is exactly what makes it able to be any shape. From here we learn the essence is infinite, unconditional, and formless, yet able to be formed in any way necessary. The essence comes out through pressure. It always brings out surprising talents and abilities. It creates ecstasy. It is unconditional love, like the love of a child for whom you'd do anything. It is formless, and it can take on any form needed or wanted. Let's see what more we can discover about the essence. The next analogy to understand the essence is about Jesus and darkness. Since the essence is light, it will shine brightest in the presence of darkness. And the greater the darkness, the greater the essence shines. What happened to Jesus was very, very dark, because it wasn't just a person being killed. It was a very good person being killed. And it wasn't just a very good person being killed, it was a good person dying a slow, painful death. And it wasn't just that. It was also due to the betrayal of his best friend. A lot of dark things are happening here at the same time. But what came out of that? The biggest religion in the world. Every single day someone forgives someone because of that crucifixion. Every single day someone prays to God because of that crucifixion. Every single day someone feels happier due to that crucifixion. There is no real answer to why suffering happens to good people, but we know that darkness ultimately can lead to tremendous light, much greater than the light from before the darkness. So don't ask God, why me? Ask, how can I make a greater light come out of this darkness? A birth is another example of darkness and light. Just when the mother is in the most pain is when the baby comes out and produces the most joy. A greater light always follows darkness. You just have to keep your eyes open to see it. The ultimate lovers, Romeo and Juliet, both kill themselves mistakenly to be united in the next world. The darkest of situations created the greatest of all plays. That's how the essence works. Here are a couple more analogies for the essence. Did Napoleon's desire to conquer exist when he was a baby? It had to be there, or where did it come from? So the potential, called in Hasidic philosophy the Hiyuli, was always there, but wasn't defined enough or distinct enough to be called really there. Another analogy. Where is the ray of the sun when it's in the sun? It has to be there or it wouldn't be here with us. In fact, it's there more than ever because this is where it originated from. So the ray is there, yet only in potential. What does this teach us? That you can do anything. Everything you want to do isn't creating some new light. Everything you want to do is already within you, and you just need to define it and direct it. Understanding how the essence works gives a person a whole new way to succeed at life. Don't paint a painting, just bring out the painting that is already in you. Realize you are already a success. You just need to bring that success out into the world by defining what you want to do and what you should do. This means no negative comment or failure can really stop you, because you're just pure power waiting to come out and belt it out to the back row. The essence also means that we can be happy in any situation. That's because we have different lenses we use to view the world around us. If the glasses are red, everything is going to look red. If your lens is fear, everything is going to look scary. That's what causes panic attacks. If you understand that in your essence you are not limited to any one of these lenses, then you can put on a clear lens and just see things exactly the way they are. Or you can put on a love lens and see the love of the trees and everything around you. You can put on the game lens and start to see your daily tasks as fun games. You can put on the movie lens and start to see your life as entertaining drama instead of a grind. You can put on the gratitude lens and thank God for your ability to see, breathe, and think. And then you will be happy always. Knowing the essence of something allows you infinite options on how to do it. Your happiness is totally dependent on your lenses, and when you get in touch with your essence, you can have any lens that you want. The essence also solves psychological problems and mental illness. We're told that the Messiah will bring the end to all illness. So let's look at OCD, obsessive compulsive disorder. OCD at essence is the desire to make things perfect, but that essence can come out in many ways. So instead of trying to make your room perfect, try to make your behavior perfect. Try to have the perfect response to every situation. And if that means something in your room is not perfect, well, that actually is perfect, because not caring about it is the best reaction to have. The essence also resolves political division. I have a video on my YouTube channel called America Unite where you can learn about this. Just YouTube Shmuel Pollan America Unite. But in short, the essence has a triangular nature. On the left side of the triangle, we have the left wing, and they make 1 point. On the right side of the triangle, we have the right wing, and they make the opposite point. But at the top of the triangle, we realize that nobody is right and nobody is wrong. The right answer is always going to be the best of both worlds. Every issue has a value to it. So for abortion, for the left, it's about privacy for women. It's her own body and who can tell her what to do with it. For the right wing, it's about life. Maybe that baby is really a life, and therefore, how can we possibly commit murder? The top of the triangle says, let's have the best of both worlds, or some kind of balance between both sides. So we wind up with a solution like, we must protect what might be a life, but we cannot let that life destroy the mother's life. So we wind up with the Torah's perspective, whereby abortions are allowed when the baby is a danger to the mother's life. With taxes, some want it higher on rich people, some want it lower on poor people, but everyone agrees we should have both fairness and also that which is good for our economy. So if you tax the rich too much, they move their company overseas, and then there's no one to tax anymore because they're gone. So you want a system that takes both values into account and comes up with a third solution, which may be like a flat tax like the Torah does with tithing. This way it's fair. Everyone pays the same percentage, but we're not taxing people out of existence. With the essence, we repair not only our relationships with each other, but our relationships with God. Here are your action steps. Number 1, resolve to always find the light in everything and everyone. It's there. Number 2, stop arguing with each other and find the best of both worlds or a balance between them. Number 3, also stop being a Democrat or a Republican and register as an independent. The independent has all the power. The independent forces both parties to be better to get your vote. And most importantly, give charity. Nothing brings out the essence more than giving charity. You'll notice when you give charity that it doesn't just light up the other person, it lights up yourself as well. We have a link above to our charity, which is saving thousands of Indian children's lives. These are your cousins. Let's bring the human family back together. Donations over $100 will trigger a feeding in your name. You'll get lots of pictures of what you did, and those pictures will bring you joy for a lifetime. By sharing this video, you help turn this world into a happier, more sane, more godly world. May the Messiah come, clear up our confusion and pain, correct Adam and Eve's mistake, and turn this world back into a godly paradise as it was always meant to be. Thank you for watching, and God bless. Please share.